Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know.
Being told to pay child support for a kid that is not yours or go to jail. That was the order the state handed down to a Detroit man.
Why is Shelby County Juvenile Court forcing him to pay for a child that is not biological? Court have an idea who the real father is.
Yet they're still demanding he pay up.
But the reality in Memphis is just because you're not the daddy doesn't mean Shelby County Juvenile Court won't make you pay.
Men being told despite the child is not yours, you still have to pay child support. The height of injustice being experienced by innocent men in the United States is getting to an all-time high.
I was down there in handcuffs and chains.
Over the years, Edward Bowdery had his driver's license stripped and once even found himself in handcuffs over child support payments for a child that's not his.
I would hate to see somebody else go through the same thing. I've been going through this. Headaches.
This mound of paperwork shows a juvenile court judge ordered him to pay child support even before the birth.
I didn't do a voluntary acknowledgement. I didn't sign the birth certificate. All I knew is we legitimated the child in your name.
Bowdery asked several judges during several hearings for a DNA test, but no judge ordered one.
I said, how did I even get put on child support? And I never said this was my child. And they said, again, this is not what we're here for.
In 2009, he took the child himself to get a DNA test and found the son he'd supported for years was not biologically his. He took the documentation to court. The judge wouldn't accept it, but ordered a new DNA test done that showed the same results. Probability of paternity, 0%.
They never did do what they were originally supposed to do, which was give me the opportunity to take a DNA test. I was just a voice not being heard, so I guess I needed a choir.
Juvenile Court Magistrate Nancy Kessler agreed in October to allow Bowdery to disestablish paternity, but only after, he says, she admonished him for taking it this far.
The level of unfairness dished out by the Juvenile Court is really dumbfounding. It's almost as if they never wanted him to do the test in the first place. Despite several turned down requests for a test, he had to do it by himself to be in the right. And after it all, he still loses.
The Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know. Right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time, he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail.
It's so disheartening how men are just being tossed around by the United States court system. He is even scared to defend himself in a court of law where he is supposed to go to seek justice. Now he has to appear as a deadbeat dad to a child that is not even biologically his.
On hold, it is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
And I had to put him down as the father. That was the only way I could get the system.
Now,
I'm almost homeless. I'm almost in jail. I'm out of work. My money is being threatened to be taken.
Carnell isn't just worried about how this is impacting him. He says the law needs to be changed so when this happens, as it often does, other men don't become dad by default.
We can be defaulted into being a father of a child that is not ours. I don't understand that law, but it is.
In my view, I think the child's mother should be prosecuted for contempt of court. She clearly lied to the court, knowing who the father of the child was, or clearly chose a man she knew who would be able to afford the child support. Let's have your views on this in the comment section.
Bill is simple, that a person who is proven not to be the biological father.
State Representative G.A. Hardaway says he's heard from a number of fathers in his district who were like Bowdery. he introduced a bill letting them file civil lawsuits against the biological fathers, but it never made it out of committee.
To a degree, justice needs to be served. I think it needs to be a totally different, a new law or something.
The question many people might ask, why is Battery still paying back pay to the child's mother? Well, we're told by law, the new judge he's dealing with can't undo another judge's ruling.
That's truly an unfortunate scenario. So the injustice will just continue unabated. Then the mother will go free and continue enjoying what she did not sow.
Any law that needs you to prove your innocence beyond your DNA is a very cruel and deliberate law. I wouldn't even call it a law, I would call it a trap. One day in 2016, I was approached, knocked on my door, and the constable issued me some papers stating that I owe child support, and to my surprise, I did. We took a paternity test. I'm not the father, as we all know, but she's still pursuing the matter for personal benefits. We weren't emotionally involved like that. We dated probably 3 times. I saw her 3 times in 1998. Went out on dates. We never had a relationship. I don't want to go into a battle with condom companies because put yourself in my shoes and think about your children. Think about what your actions are. And if you truly think you're doing the right thing, then continue. I got 3 kids to take care of. $55,000 is a lot of money. To put it in perspective, that'll be 2 regular family sedans or a very nice Corvette. Half of a house. I have an advice for other men around the world. You need to be careful. Men that are being kept underwater, unseen, hidden, oppressed, because of the system, the way it's designed. It's designed for you to take the biggest financial hit you can. I mean, I have food in the fridge, I have gas in my car, I have air conditioning in my house. There's many men that don't have those opportunities going through this.
It's really unfortunate how men get into these struggles. As men, we have to realize that we are one another's keeper and should try to use the power invested in us to fight this injustice all over the world. Men are clearly the underdog here. Sometimes even have less rights than animals in the eye of the law. In the bid to protect the weak, the law had created a new tyranny, which is merciless and will judge you by your gender and not by the content of your character. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and check out other awesome videos in the channel. Till next time, this is your guardian.